Hello everyone, Nadia Gurwell. How's everyone today? Single mom of 8-year-old triplets and a 6-year-old. So tonight, right, like 2 hours ago, I was I was supposed to host, right, a lingerie trunk show for a lady who has like a boutique in a store like near where I live. And I had been promoting this for like 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. Yeah, I promoted on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, I put it on LinkedIn, I put it on Twitter, and you know, I did some Facebook Live videos on it, and I really thought, I thought like people were gonna come. I really did. I mean, the lingerie is like absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. And so I thought, like, I invited so many people, and I thought, well, maybe, if like 10 show up, then, that would be cool, right? At least. But, like, no one. When I tell you zip, like, there's no one showed up. It's a little bit of a, hard pill to swallow because then, you start thinking like, um, do people like you? They say yes, that they're going and then they don't show up. So it's where, I don't know, it obviously, it didn't make me feel good at all. At all. I try to really like just kind of brush it off with her. I said, look, I go, it's summer. People are away on vacation. They're busy. The timing is off. The time that we set it for, 6 o'clock. So, and I gotta say, she was very cool about it. She's like, no, get it. So I told her, let's like do another one in September when it's when people are not on vacation anymore, the kids are back in school, they're on a routine, a schedule, blah 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 blah. But I can't. I'm disappointed. I can't lie to you. I'm a little bit disappointed, and it takes like, over the years I've developed like a very thick skin to like things not happening, things not falling through for me and stuff like that. But once in a while, something comes and just like ruffles me up, and this was one of them, for sure. It really was. I would have loved to see like at least 5 to 10 women there, looking at the lingerie and purchasing and having a good time and that, and that just didn't happen. So I guess it's where like, how do you deal with that kind of disappointment, right? I can like, throughout this time that I've been like divorced and separated, like I've said before, I've been like on many 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 dates, and I've learned to deal with something not working out with a guy, with a date not going through, with not being, with them setting a second time to see me and that doesn't happen, or someone that I liked, doesn't want to see me again. So I kind of like, and sometimes it does ruffle me a bit, but I've learned to like just not learn, but that I have to not put so much emphasis on it anymore. But this is like, a little bit different. This is different. This is where like it was business related. I potentially was going to make money from it. I put so much effort into promoting it, and then I started thinking, well, do people not like me? Then that like head trash like just kicks in, and you're like, okay, do they not want to? Did they not want to join me on this? Do they not want to see me. I mean, so many things like just start going through your head. And it goes back also to like that whole part of me like being wanting to be liked and liked a lot. You know, I think a lot of people, not me, but like want to feel liked, want to feel that they're part of something, that they belong to a certain, social circle, that people, will accept them for, who they are. I grew up with like a lot of like self-esteem issues where, I felt like no one ever liked me, that no one ever wanted to associate with me. Like I was always like the one on the side and not really talking a lot, and I had a really hard time, making friends. So, when I get to that point like now where I think, well, maybe people just don't like me, don't want to do things with me, then it really just kind of eats away at me. And I know that, what I'm saying is really like silly. It really is, because deep inside I know that it's probably not true. But I can't help when something like this happens, I can't help and go back to that place of feeling where maybe I'm just not liked by others. Um, I mean, what happens now? Well, I mean, you just, I keep going. I mean, I keep going. I have other things that are, you know, um, lining up for me. Like I guess also, it's where like, if you put too much, your expectations are too high with something, obviously it's gonna crash, it's gonna flop on your face, and that's bound to happen a lot, and I know it, you know, I know it. I mean, I'm gonna. Okay, so a couple of years ago, probably like 3 years ago, right? I was doing, and it just brings it back. I was doing health and wellness. I was with a health and wellness company, helping. I was health coaching, helping people, lose weight, get healthy, and all that. And I signed up with this, Hispanic Chamber of Commerce here in Stamford, and they put together for me a workshop, right, where I would come, and I had several topics. Like I, would talk to them about losing weight, holistic health, like, try to sell them coaching programs. So I mean, I did like a whole, I mean, it's this story. I did a whole PowerPoint on this, and I'd never done that in my life before. And this, like I did the whole thing in Spanish. I mean, translated everything in Spanish, because like most of the people who were going to be attending this were Hispanic. So it took me like a whole week, to get the two together. And by the time I got it ready, I was fried. Like my brain was fried from doing this. So, there I'm thinking, right, that this is going to be great, and I'm going to like, and so many people are going to sign up because, they want to get healthy and they want to hear, what I have to say and blah, blah, blah. Because you know what? I could really help them. Why don't they want to get helped? So I put together like these, I remember 3 different coaching programs, right? Like it was like obviously, 3 different prices to it. And, I put a lot of work into that also. So I was really, looking forward to it. I'm like, I'm going to make money. My name is going to get out there. It's going to be great. Oh my God. I was super pumped up about this. So the day came, right? And I remember it was like at the library. So I think I set for it to start at 6. I got there, I set up. There's maybe like 1 or 2 people, I think, when I got there. And more people like, didn't arrive until like 6:30, I believe. But not that many more. not them anymore. And it was like, it was disastrous. It really was like disastrous. People were like yawning. They were bored. I mean, they like were falling asleep. I was like just in tears. I was in tears. No one that came to that workshop, I obviously I didn't sell anything that night. People barely had any questions. The people that I did get their numbers, I never like got anything from it. It was a really, really like awful thing to go through. And I remember the next day, like I actually had a call scheduled already with this lady, Anu, because I had just signed up with a coaching program that was like a year long, and I spoke to her about it. And of course, she was great. She said, no, she goes, I admire you for going through with it. And, she says, and, now what are you going to do? And I said to her, I'm just going to keep going. And she goes, that's the way to go. She goes, if it didn't work, that's okay. You just get back on the horse and you do it again. And, and you don't let it, like, ruffle you. So, having this experience tonight, right, really brought it back home, like, to when I had that workshop and it was a complete flop. And tonight, of course, was a complete flop also. And yeah, it made me feel bad and I was disappointed and I wish I could just like, kind of like, shake it off. But the way that I have to look at it is that, it's a learning experience. It's a learning experience. And, go back and do another one in another month and do maybe some more marketing, some more promoting, like have a different strategy to it. But am I going to give up? No, I'm not going to give up. But does it make me feel a little bit defeated? Yeah, it does. And it makes me wonder. But so I mean most of my videos, like I said, are very vulnerable, very transparent. I talk a lot about what's going on with me, my weaknesses, my insecurities, what like I struggle with a lot. And that definitely that was hard tonight, to just sit there in that room, with these other women that were like her friends, giving her support. I'm sitting there, I'm like, is anyone ever coming? And I'm trying to be cool about it, like I'm not really, like it's not bothering me, but yeah, it bothered the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie, it did. It did, But anyway, so thank you for, tuning in. Please like, share, comment. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If there's anything that, I can talk about, please, send me a message. Follow me on other platforms, on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, LinkedIn. I think I said Periscope, and of course my podcast on Anchor, where I have more content that has to do with like divorce, dating, sex, and raising kids. Okay, thank you.